Hey guys, welcome back to the Three Too Many podcast. My name is Brooke and I am here with my two besties, Carrie Cooper and Erin Clafton. And we have so much to talk about because we finished our 75 hard challenge and we took a little fun trip to Colorado. But before we touch on Colorado, let's recap our 75 hard experience. Who wants to go first, Carrie or Erin?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go,
Yeah,
Erin.
go first.
Compare it to the last time.
I sounded like a game show host.
Yeah.
You did. Wow. That was impressive. That mass comm degree really just kicking in there. Yeah, so I mean, I felt great after finishing this 75 hard. I definitely and to the second one that I finished, it was just nuts to see how much my body has changed in, I don't know, what is that, 150 days of doing 75 hard this calendar year. Um, but yeah, it was good. I'm in that headspace right now of like, okay, I need to get my routine back because I'm losing my mind.
Yeah. I was telling you guys, we have a Snapchat group and I was like, I feel like just so unorganized and I need some type of structure in my life. I feel like I have so many options. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that same thing. And today I was like, okay, I'm going to make like an adapted 75 hard for me to just continue for life. So I like made a list of like 5 or 6 things and I didn't knock them out today, but starting tomorrow.
There you go.
Starting tomorrow on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have definitely been feeling that too. Like all last week was just such a blur. Like between when we were done with 75 hard and then when we went to Colorado, like I just woke up every day just kind of like bamboozled and being like, oh God, like I'm not doing 75 hard anymore, but I don't want to like fall off the bandwagon totally. But like I don't
I want to
have that.
celebrate a little bit,
Yeah, it's like,
like,
but I want to I want to give myself time to be like, you did it. Like, it's okay to celebrate and like go out and enjoy it for this week, and then having our trip to Colorado where, balls to the wall. But yeah, I mean, overall, the experience of doing 75 hard was very positive for me. And I think the biggest thing, I mean, besides like being forced to read actual books, which was nice too, I think just like the mental clarity part of it, like I had been sober doing like Whole 30 for like a month last year. And I felt great after that and like thought that was a good reset or whatnot, but like went back to kind of the way I was living before doing Whole 30 and like kind of just erased all the progress I made in like 1 month. Whereas like doing this for 75 days and being sober the whole time and just like having nothing else to do but like think and reflect while you're working out twice a day and like focusing on yourself and doing a lot of, introspective work. Like, I think that was really beneficial for me and just like rethinking my relationship with alcohol. Not that I think I've ever had like a serious problem with like drinking or anything like that, but like, I think the spectrum of like alcohol and its effects on people and like alcoholism and like what that looks like for different people has been something I've like thought about ever since college, and just thinking about alcohol's effect on my life and, it's a poison and it's a depressant. And like, I've just I'm just like looking at it differently now. Like I don't want alcohol to be a coping mechanism. I don't want it to be the thing I turn to if I have a stressful day or if I'm,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like if I'm just like getting really upset about something and want to just like forget about
Take
it.
a
Like,
shot.
yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
want that to be how I just like live my life all the time. Like I want alcohol to be fun and, I love craft beer and like working in the craft beer industry. Like I don't want it to turn into like this negative part of my life. Like I want it to be celebratory and fun and, you know, enjoyable
Yeah.
and not a bad habit, I guess.
Yeah. I definitely feel like after doing both of these, like I definitely won't be drinking the same way. Like I'll drink to like have a good time and like loosen up around like new people in a social setting,
Mm-hmm.
but like I won't drink to get like blackout drunk, which was I mean happened like a few times in my
Mm-hmm.
life, and like it's never like a good, like just there's just so much anxiety about like waking up and being like, what did I do? Did
Oh
I
my
embarrass
gosh, yeah.
myself? And like it's just like, and hangovers aren't fun, and maybe it's just us getting old, but
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a natural thing that like late 20 somethings go through, is that like realization, but also, you know, partying and alcohol is so normalized in our society, and just like people look at binge drinking as like that's pretty common. Like people go out and get wasted and it's just a good time and like whatever, but it's it's not great. And I think, you know, I'm glad that doing 75 hard was like a long enough time to like separate myself from how I've like had a relationship with alcohol in the past. So,
totally. How about you, Brooke?
I really enjoyed the challenge of completing the 75 days. And I agree too, relationship with alcohol was always not really an issue, but I mean, I did drink a lot, like going to happy hours. Like I couldn't just have one margarita or one vodka. It was like I would have to have five,
right.
Yeah.
just to like feel drunk. And
Yeah.
after this, I don't necessarily crave alcohol. Like, I mean, I did when we were on 75 hard because I just wanted to have a drink.
Yeah.
But like, but like being drunk to me now just seems like a lot of work. And I don't necessarily need to go through that every weekend or every Thursday when I go out for happy hour. And then I really enjoyed the working out piece. I think that's just always been a stressful thing for me personally in my life. Just psyching myself out, I guess, to like completing a workout or not doing a workout correctly. I always want to be perfect in everything I do. So when I can't do a push-up the first time or whatever, I'll be like, oh, well, I can't do a push-up, so I'm just not going to do it again, you know? And I think I told you guys this story, but it was just so cool. I use this app called Fit On, and it's a great app to use if you are working out and you don't want to spend any money at the gym. It's free. There's a ton of workouts, easy to browse. But I did this HIIT workout. It was like a 45-minute workout, super, super hard. And there was one circuit where I would have to do like plank, like a walking plank, and then do a push-up and then do a walking plank again. And I could not, obviously, like when I first started this thing, do it at all. And then the last few weeks of 75 hard, I was like, okay, Brooke, don't be a bitch. Like just try to do it. And like the last week I did it twice, like when I did that. So it's just fun to see the progress. And then of course, like getting self-esteem back too. I gained a lot of weight throughout like the end of college, through my, you know, early 20s, went through a bad breakup and kind of like, you know, some sort of depression through that. But this has just made me so happy and just like made me feel so good about myself. So I highly recommend doing this challenge. It does seem psychotic to do it, but it actually is really fun, and it keeps you motivated because there is that end goal and you will see the results so quickly, even though 75 days feels like a long time, but in reality,
it goes by quick.
Yeah, it does.
I love that you said that it gave you confidence, because that was one thing I wasn't expecting the first time I did it. And when I finished that first one, like it was crazy. Like I felt so not only just like comfortable with like my body, but just knowing that like, you know, I can get through an awkward conversation with somebody that I've never met before, like
Mm-hmm.
knowing that like it's gonna be weird doing something, but it's gonna like I'm gonna be fine,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
and like I I think that's just the coolest part of it is just getting that confidence of knowing that like, you know, like we're badass, like we did something that like not a lot of
Right.
people did, like and um yeah, it's just cool.
Well, even the confidence to say no to things too.
Yeah.
'Cause there were
Yeah.
Yeah.
so many opportunities I could have just been like, fuck it, I'm gonna
Yep.
open up a White Claw, or I'm gonna
No one
have
will
this
know.
pizza
No one,
tonight.
it'll just be
Yeah.
my secret. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like obviously having us three doing it at the same time. And I had my brother join in. Aaron, I know you had your friend Zane join in too. And I think he
Hmm.
had some people. So I think when you do have a support group to keep you accountable, that really helps too. Because like if I was like, oh, I should just really skip this workout, and then you guys would like send me like workout number 2, I was like, oh, now I gotta go fucking work out.
You're like,
You know?
nope, guess I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
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 Well,
But I love it.
I'm proud of you guys for wanting to do this. I know you guys probably thought I was crazy the first one I did, so
I know.
now
I
you get it.
literally couldn't believe you did it the first time. I was like, you are so psycho, Aaron.
I know. I was like, okay,
No,
good luck with your challenge.
gosh, I had a friend. It was like the last week of it. We were at a show, and she's like, "Are you gonna get a drink or anything?" I was like, "No, I'm still doing a 75 hard challenge or whatever." And she's like, "Again?" She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Never been better."
Yeah. Thriving.
So,
Just
and
thriving, actually.
and we all look just great. Let me just say that
Snatched.
too. We're
Being
snatched, ready for
snatched.
summer, man. Like,
Snatched, vaxxed, and ready for summer.
ooh,
Yeah,
write it on a t-shirt.
That's the new one.
that's good.
But yeah, we
Anyway,
after 75 hard, what'd you guys do? What was the first thing you did when you completed day 75?
Oh gosh.
Carrie, you have a
Well,
good one. You start.
I like it was not my intention to like go this hard the way I did. It just happened because like as you guys know, I love watching Power Hours. And so me and Polly went down to our friend Laura's house in St. Paul for the weekend. And we didn't get there until like 9:30, 10. But then it was great because I was like, oh my gosh, like only like 2 hours left of 75 hard or whatever. Because it was that Friday night. So then we stayed up till midnight. And then I like popped a bottle of champagne at midnight, like it was freaking New Year's Eve. And then we turned on a Power Hour. And I was just like having so much fun. And like, again, like that feeling of like getting buzzed and just like having a great time just like took me over. I finished the entire bottle of champagne by myself. And then I had like 3 White Claws. We were up until like 3:30 in the morning watching multiple Power Hours, like poor Polly. And then the next morning, I woke up at like 9:30 and Polly was awake in the living room. And I was like laying in Laura's guest room and I was like, oh my God, like, what did you do, you stupid idiot? Like, why did you go so hard? Like, that was so unnecessary. And I was just like struggling between like 9:30 and 11:30. I did that thing where it's like, you feel like you have to throw up, but you're not sure. So I would like lay down and then stand up and then get really woozy and then be like, oh God. And then finally threw up, but it was just like liquid, like straight up, like there was
Oh my
nothing.
God.
Champagne.
There was nothing in my stomach but freaking clear liquor. And so finally that made me feel better. But still, like Polly had to keep pushing back our like brunch reservation because I was like, oh, I'm not ready yet. But then like we walked to brunch, and then once I got some food in me and had my first beer that I drank was a Fulton Lonely Blonde. Shout out to Fulton Brewing in Minneapolis.
Shout out.
The Lonely Blonde is like one of my like favorite like go-to craft beers when you're in the cities, and that's usually on tap at a lot of places anyways. So that was the first beer I had with brunch, and then the rest of the day I just felt like $1,000,000 and we had a great time the rest of the weekend.
I spent my weekend, so I had a bachelorette party the weekend that we finished 75 hard.
Perfect timing.
I know, right? So Friday, when we got there, we drove to Ogal, Wisconsin, which is a very cute town. Highly recommend if you want to go there. So the first night, obviously, everyone was like drinking and having a great time. And I had warned the bride, I was like, I can't drink or anything. Like, I'm going to be super lame. But it was fine because my friend who I went with or whatever, she's like, I'm super tired. Like, let's just go to bed. So the girls went out. We went to bed at like 11:30. And then, of course, I fucking woke up at like 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. And I was like, just waiting for everyone to get up. Like, no one got up until like 9 o'clock or something. So once everyone got up, I was like, okay, here we go. And the first thing I drank was a mimosa, a skinny mimosa, of course.
Skinny.
And then just had a bunch of White Claws. I probably took 5 shots of vodka and then had more vodka sodas at the bar, and then ended the night with a Patron shot. So,
Ooh.
And
what makes a skinny mimosa? Is it just the type of champagne?
No, it's just all champagne with like a little orange juice.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was like a diet.
No.
Skinny, like skinny on the orange juice.
Like okay.
More champagne than orange juice.
It was a backstory from my 25th birthday party, which that could probably be a podcast episode. But yeah, had a great time. Nice. Felt like shit the next morning and didn't want to drink again for a while. How about you, Aaron? What'd you do?
So my roommate got married on that Saturday. I didn't drink at midnight. I waited till that next day. Nice. Woke up and made cinnamon rolls. Oh, I love cinnamon rolls. So I celebrated with that. And then we drove to Memphis, and I got some Memphis barbecue at Rum Boogie Cafe, which is an awesome place to check out right on Beale Street. Great food. They normally have live music, but they had like, because of the pandemic and like everybody being on unemployment, like they were so short staffed. Like most of the bars were actually closed on Beale Street. And the ones that were open, there was like lines to get out or to get into them. And there also was like a bridge that cracked going from Memphis to Arkansas. And so like a lot of people lived on the Arkansas side of Memphis, and so they couldn't get over. So yeah, that was why they were short staffed and not a lot of bars open, but had a beer on Beale Street. It was great. And then had a great time at my friend's wedding, had a bunch of drinks, not enough to get like hungover or anything, which was nice, but had a good time.
Smart.
Nice. Yeah.
That was not the case for our trip to Colorado.
I was going to say, segue into our celebratory trip to Colorado.
Too many fun things.
Yeah. So we planned this trip to Boulder, Colorado, kind of like right at the beginning. I was like, look, y'all, when we're done with this thing, like all I'm going to want to do is drink craft beer. So we need to go to Boulder, Colorado. So we planned a weekend trip. It was just Friday to Sunday, just a little weekend getaway. And we did that this past weekend. And it was a blast. It felt good seeing you guys in person and celebrating all our hard work. We did so many activities in a very short amount of time. So that's always fun.
And Carrie Cooper's mission.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's all Carrie's vacations.
We went to Oh, sorry. I was going to say, Aaron and I, if we went on a trip together and you weren't with Carrie, we wouldn't have fucking done that much.
No. I would have been like, oh, let's just like chill at the hotel.
Yeah.
Wherever we are.
Yeah,
let's watch TV. Like,
no chill.
no chill.
With Carrie.
chill.
But it's
we
great
got
though,
there.
Most of it.
We got there. Carrie and I got there. When did we land? Like 11 in the morning?
It was like 11 in the morning.
On Friday. We
you
got
guys were
our
up like
rental
all
car.
day though.
Huh?
You guys were up all day that day though. Friday.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah. Before we left, Carrie had drove to Little Falls to stay the night. And Friday morning, when we were going to get up for our flight, like I was going to get up at like, I don't know what time I was going to get up, like 4 or something to shower. And she's like, yeah, that seems great. This bitch is like walking out of her room, going to the bathroom at like 3 a.m. I was like, I guess we're up. So anyway, so we got there, everything worked out, and we had a little scare at the beginning. Our rental car wasn't there. I was like, yeah, I don't have the keys, blah, blah, blah. But Carrie and I stayed cool, calm, and collected, and Carrie figured it out. And then we got our car, and I saw the mountains for the first time when we were driving.
Ooh.
It was
How
so
was your guys'
beautiful.
How was your guys' flight?
It wasn't bad.
I thought it was fine. Yeah.
We took
Was there any like rowdy customer or flight people? I don't know how to say that.
Oh, there was actually.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it up.
So this child, when we
oh my God.
When we landed, you know, when you land, you have to stay seated and keep your seatbelt on until we arrive at the gate. And this child would not sit down. Like the airport lady would go over the intercom and be like, please sit down. Child with the red shirt, please sit down. And then the kid yells, go shoot yourself to the freaking flight attendant. And everyone just like gasped.
They're like all at once. Yeah.
Oh,
what a nightmare.
It was awful. I'm glad you remember that, Erin. Oh my God. That was crazy.
I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not a parent, but like, if the flight attendant is coming over the intercom multiple times asking your child to sit down, like, how can you not control that? Like, and if you have that little control over your child, why are you traveling? Where are you going? Like, with a child who does not listen to you that much.
How old was the kid?
Like
I forgot
8.
to ask you that.
Like,
yeah, I would say like
8
to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
I was like, geez.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. But
I was gonna say if he was like younger,
yeah,
obviously like she can have some grace and like letting that go. Cause like obviously he's not gonna like die from standing up in his seat or whatever. But that old, like you got.
He's just a brat. He's just a bratty kid. Just awful. Anyways.
God, some of those flight attendants, I don't know if it's COVID or what, but man, they're on a power trip lately. Like none of them are pleasant. And like I was I had like a nice buzz on my flight going to Colorado, and I was in the very back row, and so they had like their beer card or no beer on their card. But I was like, is there any, do you guys have like Bud Light or anything? Like just joke, or no, this is what happened. So the guy comes out, he's like, do you want anything to drink? I was like, do you guys have Bud Light? And he's like, no, and just got all pissy at me. And I'm like, I'm just kidding, man. Like I know that there's only 4 options. And I know that apparently drinking a Bud Light would give everybody COVID on the plane. So, God.
Well, it was probably like one of those stupid questions. Like when I was a waitress, I'd be like, you need anything else? And they'd be like, $1 million. And I'd be like, fuck you.
Just
so stupid.
Yeah. But I slept both my flights. Thank God.
Oh, good. I can't sleep on the plane anymore.
I can like snooze. I never like actually fall asleep, but I can kind of like doze off a little bit.
I needed a neck pillow. I kept bobbing my head.
I forgot my neck pillow and I was pissed.
Just pissed.
But yeah, so once we got to Colorado, I got there late. We went to a Colorado Rockies game, which was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Got
It's a
some
great
hot dogs
stadium.
and beer.
2 hot dogs.
What were they called?
Oh yeah.
Super dogs.
Like
Super
super
dogs.
dogs. But
Mhm.
like
Yep.
they weren't super dogs because you had to put your own condiments on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought a super dog meant like like it has everything on it or something. So I was just like, wait, I just want a regular hot dog. And you guys are like, Carrie, it is a regular hot dog. I'm like, but I don't want relish on it. You're like, it won't. It's literally, that's what they call their hot dogs.
Gosh, I would have loved to have some onions on that dog, though.
Some
I would have
onions.
loved some dill relish on that dog.
Yeah, I don't like sweet relish.
I don't either. I don't know why they make that. But yeah.
Come on, people.
Oh, and then we were kind of on the Jumbotron at the game.
Oh yeah.
We were.
The
Yep.
cameraman tried to get us on there.
Yeah.
We were
He
like
meant
just
to.
a little bit out of the frame. Yeah. Classic. Yeah.
He
So
knew,
that was
he knew the
fun.
podcast was there, so he was like, "You got to get them on the Jumbotron."
But yeah, I'm sure that was it. And then we drove back to Boulder and dropped off our car at the Airbnb and then went to the Dark Horse, which was
Oh yeah.
such a good time. I am so glad. I got a bunch of recommendations from my brother-in-law because he went to college out there. And granted, like he recommended a lot of things that like don't exist anymore because it's been a while since he's been in college. But his recommendation to go to the Dark Horse, I am thankful for because we had so much fun. Me and Brooke actually had lunch there earlier in the day on Friday. And they have like the best burgers. It was so good. And then yeah, we went there after the game and like drinks were pretty cheap. Like we didn't
So
spend a whole lot
cheap.
of money. We took some shots, shared a pitcher of Coors Light, and just had a grand old time amongst all the CU Boulder college kids, just fitting right in.
We were. Felt like I was 21 again.
Yeah.
Honestly. And it was a late night too. Like
Yeah,
we
it
went to
was.
bed late.
I think we have to talk about our Airbnb.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It had it was a great place. Like it was attached to this lady's house. The only odd thing was the shower setup and bathroom setup. It was like she converted a closet into a
Yeah.
bathroom, and like it had
A small closet.
a small closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had like it was like a toilet and shower combined. Like there was no separation. Like
Just the
There
shower
was a curtain.
separation.
And
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you would sit on the toilet and your knees would touch the shower curtain. Like that is how close together and how small the room was.
yeah, and if you wanted, you could have like taken a shit on the toilet, put your head in the water, and washed your hair while you all at once. So,
Yeah. Very efficient.
Very
very
efficient.
efficient.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it though. Like it was a small space, but
It was
just-
perfect for just us three.
Yeah, and it was just what we needed. I don't think we were in there for more than like 2 hours at a time,
Right.
or something like that. It
Yeah.
was very short, and luckily like there was a separate bedroom with the door, so when we had to get changed or whatever, that was nice. And we had, I think it was like a full or queen bed that Carrie and I slept on, and then Aaron had like a little day bed that he slept
Shout
on.
out to the day bed.
And then we would at night, all three of us would sit on the fucking day bed
Oh
and
my
just
God,
like watch Netflix on my computer.
Yeah, just
on the
huddled around
chair.
a laptop. Yes.
And then finally realized the last day we were there was like a fold out table that we could have used, but okay.
One of the nights Brooke treated us to pizza. We had
Yeah.
Domino's.
That was the first time I had Domino's after 75 hard.
Same. It was
Oh.
great. And then we all were sitting on the day bed, like I don't think we said a word until the pizza was gone, and we just were just stuffing our face.
It was so
But the best
good.
thing was though, is we didn't even finish the pizza. Like there were 3 of us and there were still 2 slices of pizza left and like 3 breadsticks. So
We
we
were
were hashtag skinny.
Hashtag skinny life.
watching our cows.
Yeah.
Watching our
But it was
cows.
delicious. Oh my God. Highly
Where's
recommend
the
you guys.
pizza?
Carrie was obviously hammered and was like, she kept asking me where the pizza was because it took, you know, like the standard 45 minutes to get delivered. And she kept going, Brooke, where's the pizza?
She said it with an accent.
She's like, but I want the pizza. I'm like, she's like rolled up in a blanket on the daybed, like rolling around, asking where the pizza is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brooke didn't like tell anybody that she got breadsticks. And then I went out with her to get the pizza from the dude, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's breadsticks!" I was so hyped for
So
these
amped.
breadsticks.
I always get breadsticks. You have to do the 2 for $5.99 because it's the absolute best deal. Get a medium pizza, 2 toppings, and then the spinach and feta cheesy bread.
That is
Can
a pro
never go
tip.
wrong. Pro tip.
Pro Domino's
Gotcha.
tip for sure.
Mhm.
I always just get the pizza.
I
The
will
Never get anything
say,
fancy. The
like,
pizza.
the nice thing about like drinking all weekend in Colorado is like I was so paranoid about like getting altitude sickness per usual. But like it's like a a good thing and a bad thing. Whereas like I feel like truly like we were getting drunk faster, like on like 2 beers.
Oh
Like it
yeah.
would just hit you. And then so it was like, okay, now we're drunk. Now I don't need to like get totally blacked out. Like once we were like drunk, we were drunk and it was good. And like I didn't feel hungover like the whole weekend.
Mm-mm.
Like
I
I feel
didn't
like
either,
I
but
hydrated well. We had food. We did great. We were so prepared.
on Saturday night though, I felt like I drank a lot, but it was like one of those nights where like no matter how much I drank, like
You
I
just
was
weren't
not
feeling
feeling it.
Mhm.
Like I couldn't feel anything.
I was numb.
You're like, I'm
I was
tired and
not.
bored.
No,
We went
yeah, I
to
like
some.
Friday night was obviously more fun than Saturday night, I thought, but usually like the first night you get anywhere is the funnest night. And then, I mean, Saturday, like the whole day was so great. Like we went on a
Yeah.
beautiful hike. What was it called? Was it in sunshine or on sunshine?
So it was, I think the town that we were probably closest to is called Sunshine, but the hike was called like Bald Mountain, and it was right off of Sunshine Canyon Drive, which is like a road that goes straight up from Boulder into the mountains. And then, yeah, I think there's a town called Sunshine off of that road if we would have kept going.
And isn't that a crazy experience driving up a mountain?
Carrie loved the bikers.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Shout out to Carrie for driving up the
Nothing
mountain.
gives me more anxiety than like driving up or down a mountain and people are biking on the road. There's no shoulder, there's no bike lane. And like there's all these, you're winding around a mountain and you don't know like what car is flying around the corner at what speed. And I'm just like, how on earth? Well, how on earth are you biking up a mountain? Period. Regardless of the size of the road. B, how are you not completely terrified, like flying back down the mountain, like flying like around corners, like, oh, I just don't know how they do it. Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, they were annoying, but we didn't hit any of them. So
Yeah.
thankfully.
Thank God.
Who in the room?
Oh yeah, you guys. By the time this episode comes out, we hope you enjoyed our little mini-sode that we
Yeah.
recorded live from our Airbnb. It was a lot of surprises in that.
It couldn't have worked out any better than the way it did.
Yeah.
Oh man, great mini-sode. I hope we can do more stuff like that because that was really fun.
Yeah. So
But
my favorite part of the whole trip was probably spending the day in Golden, Colorado. I thought that place was so cool. It's like just a quaint little small town. I would have loved to like go tour the Coors Brewery.
Yeah.
Next time though.
Next time. Yeah.
And spend more time at what was it called, Carrie? Ace?
Oh, the Ace High Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally found ourselves a dive bar in Golden. And then by the time we got there, it was like we only had like an hour till we had to leave to go to the airport, but we'll be back.
And then before we went to Golden, we made a stop at Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Oh, yeah.
And holy shit, what a beautiful, stunning place to have a concert and to live if you live in that area. It was so great. I loved it. Like Minnesota to me is so boring now. Like
Brooke's just like, I hate it here.
I hate it.
Ugly.
I honestly get just so depressed after I come back from a trip anywhere. I'm just like, oh, why do I live here?
Yeah. And then you're like, because family and life.
Family and friends and work and
yeah.
And lake life.
And like
hashtag lake life. We're about it.
Yeah.
Where's the next trip that y'all are going on?
Going to Vegas in a few weeks.
I'm so jealous. Oh my God, that's gonna be so fun.
I know it'll be fun because it's just a girls' trip with my mom and my sister for my sister's birthday. And the last time I was in Vegas with my sister was when Carrie and I went when we were 21 and my family went. And so she was like, I don't know, 15 or something. So it'll be fun now because we just get along so well now. Like after she like hit that like 2021 threshold, like we've just been, I don't know, she's one of my best friends now. We just talk all the time. So it'll be fun just to hang out with her because I really never see her often because she's, you know, studying to be a chiropractor. So anyway, but that'll be fun.
That'll be
Where
really
you guys
fun.
going?
I in like less than a month, it's only a couple weeks away already, but me and Nicole, who was just on our last podcast episode, we're going to Bozeman, Montana for a few days. We have a friend Nicole grew up next door to him. His name is Dane, our friend from like elementary, like Nicole grew up with him and he was in my grade when we moved to Sauk Rapids. So I've known him for a long time too. And he lives in Bozeman now. So we're going to go out there and stay with him for the weekend. And then we got ourselves an Airbnb for during the week because obviously he'll be at work and stuff. But yeah, going
Bozeman
back to the
sick.
Mountains. I'm excited.
I love Bozeman.
I've heard it's
so
just
jealous.
like the coolest town, like mountain town. So I'm excited.
You'll love it. I'll be going home. That's my next trip.
Oh, yay.
End of June. So
cool.
That's all I got.
And are you gonna be at your cabin for the 4th of July?
To be determined. Not quite sure yet. So, but cool. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know.
Do we miss anything?
I think we recapped it all. We had a great little kickoff to summer trip to Colorado. And yeah, we can link obviously some stuff that we did in the show notes if anyone's going to Colorado and wants to check out any of the stuff we did. So
all of our recs.
Yeah.
All of our recos.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the 3 Too Many podcast. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you are listening from to get a brand new episode each week. If you're enjoying the show, find us at 3 Too Many Pod on all social medias. Thank you guys and see you next time.
Bye.